Okay, so that's the first element there. And now let's try running. Actually, we can just run rule complexity on this. Okay. 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Not completely stupid. It's not completely stupid here. Now, the question is, does it go up enough for the log? So this suggests adding 2 to this number. I mean, we could also do log to the base 2 of this. Let's do that. And 351. No, I don't want it to go up so quickly. All right, so if we say 2 plus that, then most of the things in here will end up with 4 or 5, which is pretty good. But a few of them will be 3, which is also not bad. Okay, let's look at which of them will end up being 3. Oh, well, that's one that was buggy, right? So that one there is buggy. Let's actually fix that. Remember, we had a couple of towards the end that were buggy. Ouch. See that? Oh, that's correct. I don't understand then why it said 1 for that one. Oh, because it had an automatic and so it ignored that. Oops.
I think it was the one which had multiple rules, which I see in the previous section, a good example section. No, not that one.
No, that one is wrong. Look, see?
Oh.
Well, that one doesn't have multiple rules, but yeah, that. Oh, no, that's right.
That's fine, yeah.
I see. We need to put something in there and closing it off there. And there and closing it off there. Okay. So let's just indicate here 351. All right. Well, let's make this more realistic. Let's actually do the 2 plus here. I think this is quite sensible. What do you think here? I mean, this is going to get to, okay, so, I mean, you see the point of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to store this in rule complexity. I think this is worth doing, and I think we should just do it. Because the only question is, I mean, you know, yeah, we'll have 10 times as much rule space. And it's kind of a hacky thing because we'll have 10 times as much rule space with one extra digit. So, I mean, what would be a typical rule? If there's going to be, 506802 or something, might be a 6-digit rule, which is
Yeah.
what we may have to go to. But that's rememberable. But it's more sensible than having things where it's, I think we should put this in. Okay, so then this becomes this here ends up having a rule complexity I actually kind of like this because it allows you to kind of immediately know when you hear a rule number, roughly, how big it is.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So obviously that will cause us to have to regenerate a bunch of these anyway. Just a little worried about how big, where the transition to 5 should be. It's probably about right. We may yet look at this one more time. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
do we think there will be ever a transition to 6 then?
yes, we'll absolutely see the transition to 6. We will end up with rules that are of complexity 6.
Okay.
Okay, so let's take a look at a double one of this, okay? I think that will get to 6. Yes, it does.
Okay.
I mean, who knows? We might get to 7 or 8 because we just don't know how complicated, it ends up being. Ends up needing to be. I mean, we could max the thing out at 6. Let's think about this for a second. I mean, if we run out of hashes at a particular size, it's going to go to the next size up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get some to eat. I'll be right back. Just a second. Hi there. Okay. So I'm a little concerned that you don't want to go into like 8 digits. Thinking. So we're growing a digit. Basically, every line, roughly, every line of stuff will be an additional digit.
Mm-hmm.
It might be nice to have it grow more slowly after the first few. So bigger the base of the log. I wonder what would happen, just for fun, if we made it log base 10. I mean, it's a total hack because base 10 has nothing to do with anything, but then they're all 3s. Okay, and how about this guy here? That's still a 3, that's not good. Well, I'm pretty horrified to be doing this, but let's try that. Why did that? Wait a minute, log to the base. Well, that's going to be smaller. Because that's not a good idea. That would have to be 3 plus log to the base 10. Okay. I would have liked that to go up to 5. Let's put one more of these in there. See how high it goes. This is really a bet on how complicated these things are going to need to be.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like the one which we previously saw where, there were 4 and 5 and 6, because then we can use that rule complexity to define the length.
Yeah, but, right, I mean, the issue is, if we end up with a bunch of 8-digit rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any rule that has been constructed as opposed to, if we have a rule compiler, we will end up with extremely long rule numbers.
Yeah.
Which probably means that we'll have to have a rehashing scheme for those. In other words, if rule number is too long, we'll have to hash it again. But I guess that's probably okay. In other words, a construction, we can say it's called, C something or other. and then a short hash for that.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's go for the 2 plus log to the base e. All right, let's check what this does.
But we'll have to have a minimum one because there are some which are 3. So we.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's okay. It won't get any simpler than that. There isn't any rule.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see some of these going down to, oh, that's okay. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Where's the, there we go. Okay. Okay, short code. Next is formatting. So we use this rule signature form and so on?
Yeah. We have used those two. We've not used rule math form.
Okay. Oh, let's leave it on there anyway. Oops. Boom. Let's see. This is really rule signature HTML.
Yep.
That's kind of the right name for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go change wherever it's used. Wait a minute, what's that? Where are you using that HTML thing?
We are using when we do create assets, I think. Yep.
Where?
Do you see the rule signature MathML thing?
Okay. Okay, well, just let's remember that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so next we have generate universal metadata. It's not really metadata, it's universe data, right?
Mm.
Okay, now this is going to require a bunch of utilities because I'm not happy with how this works here. Basically, what I want to do is to keep going with the rule icon until it is a certain size. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Which means I don't really care about that max steps anymore. Because what we're going to have to do is annotate under the picture saying 6 steps or something,
Yeah.
or 6 generations. Okay? So
That could be a metadata also in the shingle page, maybe.
yes, we want it to be metadata, but let's, okay, so what we have to do here is first generate icon image. Okay, create data list. Okay, so generate icon image would basically say, I don't know, nothing goes less than 3 steps. So we have to say here, I don't think we should even bother to give it the max steps. Because I don't think Max's program is particularly inefficient at going and doing, well, we'll have to try running this in a minute. Okay. Okay, actually, let's see. You know what? Let's do this. Let's say max steps here. And then let's say node goal, which I think should be 1,000 maybe. You know, some may not be able to reach that. Some may never get there. All right, this is something we're going to need to add in. Okay, so this is something where maybe most of them get, maybe we need to compute this offline and put it into the original thing we generate. The only thing I can imagine is that we might want to change. Okay, did you go? Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, universe generate evolution. Okay, so this is evolve until there's a decently big universe. Okay. Okay. I don't think we ever want to go above, let's say, 100 steps. And max steps, maybe steps is what we by default run it to. Okay. So By the way, we're also going to have to do initial condition. Another thing you should put on your list is initial condition hashes. We're not doing that right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
If it's non-default initial conditions, there needs to be a hash. Let's see, we should probably put in that here, short code. Okay. Okay, so the first question is okay, basically what we want to say is if it's a default, if it's the default initial condition, actually what we want to say is if catenate what is the default initial condition? You know what, we need to give the rule here as well. Okay. Yeah, we need to, if it's the default initial condition for that rule.
Why do we need to give the rule as well?
Because otherwise we don't know what the default is. Because the default is the first rule in the rule list. See what I'm saying? By the way, we need to do the canonicalization. We need to canonicalize
List of rules? Or
yeah, the list of rules. I think we should do the longest first. Okay?
okay.
Rule first.
So question, if there is a list of rules and say you have two rules that are equivalent, it will remove one of those, right? Like we should basically do union of those things.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Okay, if it's the default initial condition for the given rule. Okay, so actually, in all of this stuff, the first thing we need to do is canonicalize the rule in publishing. Before we get to any of this stuff, we should be canonicalizing the rule.
I thought you always did that.
I think I've done that in the things I put in there because they came out of canonicalized searches.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think, by the way, that we should go through and once we do the interesting rules thing, we should get rid of all those automatics, I think.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we can leave this for now, but we need to put that in. So please don't let me forget that.
Mm-hmm.
because these things will, okay, so then what we're going to do, okay, here's what I'm going to do right now, actually. I'm going to take this, and we're simply going to return with that. Then we're going to say, for now, we're going to simply return Wolfram model of rule init steps. Do you think Max has a way of querying a Wolfram model to know how many steps it is?
I don't know.
Well, okay, so I'm pretty sure he does, so let's just see. It should be, oh, that reminds me, the Wolfram model documentation is not finished.
Yes.
Where is that documentation?
Code development. I think he put it in function repository sources.
Okay. We should tell him, we should have something there, but for right now, let's just do this, okay, comma steps.
Yep.
Actually, let's say evolution object. Okay. So all right. All right, there's generate universe evolution. Okay. Okay. Let us say right. Okay, so it's with this, let's say module there, and then it equals that EO, and then we say EO equals generate universe evolution of rule init max steps. Okay, now what we want to say, EO of evolution object okay, that does that. Rule icon steps arrow EO of steps. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've already got a thing called evolution steps here. But let's okay. We don't need any of those. Okay. What's this get generic name?
That gives the the last part of the URL, like say universe/abcd.
Okay.
I think it's used for image assets actually.
Okay, okay. All right, generate generic notebook. Probably do not need this. Okay. This is for versioning of the generic notebook. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do we need that?
I think we don't, at this point we've thought we don't need that yet. We should probably not just completely erase it, but
Well, I think let's not use that. Okay, so then okay, so it's just these things here. Okay, so generate universe cloud notebook. Now, what's this $universe staging area? That has to do with how it's being kept on the local machine.
yes.
Notebook template file is exactly what we already agreed was. Okay, let's. Okay, that's universe registry base. $notebook template file is going to be the cloud version of that. Okay. Right. So that's /system/ what do we call it up there?
System/nb
Okay.
template.
nb template.nb.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll have $HTML template file.
Yep.
HTML template.
Yep.
And then we've got $publishing API is the same thing, but what are we calling that?
For that, I don't remember.
We just did it. Base publish.
Yes.
Okay. So here, what we do down here, we say local cache of cloud object of that, I believe. Does that make sense? Now, I don't know what the universe staging base is yet.
that is only universes slash.
Because that's the destination.
Yep.
Right?
That's
So
the
that
for.
is otherwise known as $universe registry base.
Yeah.
Okay. But then it has its destination after it because it's got a file name join.
Mm-hmm.
Actually put the destination there. Okay. All right. So now this is registry base there. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's this one? Okay. Prepare and submit a universe for the registry. So that's doing publish base universe. What is this preparing? This is actually publishing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So this
also
is
creating
publish.
more meta information.
Right. Publish universe shingle. That's what that's doing.
Mm-hmm. And you want to change.
I know. What does it change to?
Rule signature HTML. And you probably also want to change that MathML to HTML.
Okay, and we also need to change this to $universe registry base.
Yes.
Where do I want to change MathML?
The previous one, where rule signature HTML is the key of the association.
Okay.
You don't want math.
Okay, but now where do I use that key?
It is used to
But where
display
is the
the rule.
key? That key
Oh,
must be in the template file.
yes, that is in the template file, which I need to change. Yes.
Well, here, let's just change it.
Sure.
Change it. Set it the template file. Where is the template file?
Universe registry, HTML assets, shingle pages, index.html, not O1 index.
You know what? You change it.
Okay.
You go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so now is this supposed to work now?
Sorry, which one?
The Bob thing.
Yes, last time we just didn't have the resource submit in there, and now I've changed it, added resource
Okay.
submit, so
All
it
right,
should
okay.
work.
Okay, so then we've got two more things. We've got to write to a data bin.
You've got to write to a data bin, yes.
Write to resource system.
Yes.
Okay, so for writing to the resource system, we do this. Is that correct?
That is it, yeah.
Why are we even bothering to do, okay, right to resource system. So then we will do here, but we are not ready for that yet. Resource submit of that, right?
Correct.
Okay. I mean, this needs to be moved to a different location.
Okay.
Okay, that needs to be moved into our system files.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So this here, where is this publishing to? Hey, this is nonsense. It's got to publish to my private directory. That we've gotten this all wrong. These universe registry bases are all wrong. That should be universe staging base, right? Because we're publishing all this stuff to a private directory.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's going to go through and publish that.
In your correct. I think that is why we made that two different things first. Yeah.
But that's registry base. Okay, now the final thing is $universe staging base
Mm-hmm.
equals, I think that's just universes.
Yeah.
Well,
Slash.
okay. All right, universe registry publish. Then we want to say, here, this. Do we still have it create universe data? Yeah, we do. Okay. All right, let's try. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to quit here. The only thing we're going to need to use is the stuff from SWinit that's the Wolfram model
Yep.
code. That should be the only thing we need.
Yep. Do you want me to give you the API deployed in that staging area?
Yeah, what you want to do is you need to run all of this stuff here, right? So this stuff here, you need to take this file.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to run those things as
that section, yes.
okay.
As Wolfram, yeah. And let me do that.
Okay. Yeah, I've got quite a lot of other stuff that I want to put into the base notebook once we're ready here.
Okay.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I've done it.
Okay, drum roll. Let's try evaluating all of the stuff. Okay, contributor name is going to come out stupid, but that's okay. All right, where's interesting rules? So we might change the hash here, so we may end up with something in a different place. So we're probably going to have to tomorrow. We're going to have to like delete everything and regenerate everything.
Okay.
Although if it actually works, we could leave it running overnight, and we could just delete everything in the directory and just run it again overnight. Okay, where were we here? We were looking at interesting rules, which is under universe.
Wait. So let's see. I need to do one more step. I have to publish the universe. Yeah. Never mind.
You have to just run. What you should do.
No, there is also, because that publish universe initialize is a function, I need to run it with the notebook template and the HTML template.
You absolutely do, yes.
Yeah. Yep, let me do that. Okay. Okay, I did it.
Okay. Okay, drum roll. Not this stupid shit again. Not this again.
So.
Okay, what's that? %253. What is that?
Can you change the dollar publishing API? What is that set to? I think we should just put it as state system / yeah. Okay, that is fine.
Well, maybe we need an HTTPS here. Don't know why we'd need that, because I would have thought that it would add that. Maybe we don't need the wolframcloud.com. Well, let's see. Let's just do that. Oh, come on. See that stupid thing there? File caches. System mb template.nb not found.
Oh,
Okay,
can you go? Okay, let's see. Wait.
So that's that. And what I want to say is cloud information. What am I saying? Information.
This mb template.nb.
You do not have access to this. So
Oh,
published as public.
yes.
Well, no. Don't change that by hand.
No,
Don't
I
change that
won't.
by hand.
I was changing the code.
No, you can't change the code. I'm in this file.
Yes, but I have a copy of that. But yeah, you probably also should change it there.
Okay, so where am I changing that? That is,
It should
that's
be
dollar
fine.
universe
Yeah,
permissions, right?
yeah.
Okay, how can I tell? So I obviously can't access that file. So that's a screw up. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead for right now and say dollar universe permissions equals public.
Okay.
Okay, but that's a screw up and we need to fix it tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
So try deploying.
Yeah, let me get this again.
Let me know when it's deployed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right now, okay, I don't know what the change has made this to change, but the URL is no more Wolfram
That's no
dash.
good.
Yeah,
That's no good.
I have to
That's a
probably,
bug. Try it again.
I tried 3 times.
Okay. What is your $cloud URL
Yeah,
format?
I'll have to change that. That is what I'm trying to do. User,
But it's wrong. That shouldn't happen, right?
yeah.
Do they admit it's a bug?
Yes, I think Joel mentioned that sometimes the
Okay, but that has he fixed it?
not yet.
Okay, so you need to push him tomorrow to fix it.
Okay.
That is tomorrow, not a week, a month, a year from now. Now.
I'm gonna cloud connect again and see if that helps.
What is that thing called? Cloud?
Uh,
Where the user base, cloud user
format.
base.
Wait. I think it's cloud object name format goes to user URL base.
Okay. Cloud object. Okay, did you do all that?
I'm now. Ugh.
Is there another format here that we can use for these bases that involves user colon whatever?
What do you mean by user colon? Now it's giving me user colon.
No. There's a form where you don't start with the base URL of the cloud, where you just say user blah blah blah.
Oh, I don't know that. I can ask.
No, still not accessible here. Okay,
Yes.
Joel gets to debug this tomorrow.
Okay.
It's really infuriating. So, I mean, but we need to start, then there's a bunch of things that we need to change in this code to add more stuff to what's, okay, but this needs to run smoothly.
Yep.
Okay.
Agree.
And you need to understand the parallel
Yeah.
map stuff.
Yep.
Because that will affect, it's 12 times faster if we can run it in parallel.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, so submit user universe page 04. So remember, our plan is to take all this stuff and basically expose publish universe. I don't know how this is going to work. So there'll be some kind of packlet, but we're not ready for that yet because we're still modifying all these things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So eventually, that will be in the physics. Look, if I could get something that would simply add this, take my notebook and have an API that adds that notebook to the packlet, then we could work with this.
So you're saying rewrite everything that is in the packlet and add whatever current thing you have.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I think that there should be a packlet deployment function that can take this notebook. If there isn't, Todd should make that work. Okay, a packlet deployment function that can take a notebook. I mean, clearly we can make that by having held, by just doing a notebook import on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they need to fix this thing with these cloud objects not having the correct permissions. And they need to not get away. And also, they should tell us how to change these things here, right, to not be as literal as this. I think there's a way of doing it with user colon in that URL.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All right, so let's review tomorrow what we expect to have happen. Okay?
Okay.
Jonathan is going to do the peel off causal networks. Is he doing anything else?
He's gonna fix some bugs, but
Oh yeah, fix bugs and find
yeah.
isomorphic hypergraph queue.
Yes,
Okay.
but we don't know if it's gonna happen finish tomorrow. But he'll
No, but
work
that's
on
okay.
it. Yeah.
If he doesn't finish it, right, then there will still be a bug in the multi-way Wolfram model code.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's still deployable. That code is still deployable. It just will have a bug.
Yep.
Okay. All right. The other thing that needs to happen is the rollout to the function repository, okay, of all the various functions we've defined. And so one thing you should do is to inventory which ones, like multi-way system has pretty good documentation. Okay.
Yes.
But we should inventory the ones that aren't finished at that level.
Sure. I mean, I have that list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, but then how many of those are for me to finish? How many of those are for other people?
I think I'll have to look at my list, but most of the things are, you know, either we both can do it together, something like that, you know. It's simple ones, but you know, somebody has to do it, and some of the things are for Ed to submit it.
Well, so wait a minute.
And most of the other things are for Jonathan, actually, which I think he's actually submitted them. Yeah, I think he
Well,
did.
so let's put this, let's have another directory here called submitted. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you should
Let me
put
do that.
things in there.
Yep.
Oh, look, what's this? Max P fix Wolfram model. I love it. He's got a branch. He can't avoid it having it be a branch. Okay, so I don't know which of these are submitted. Is parallel map monitored submitted?
No documentation.
Okay, so we should get that one done. I mean, it's hard to document this one. Honestly, there's not a lot more to say about this. There should be a C also to the other. Yeah, I mean, we might want to change this one day, but that's okay. This is good enough to begin with.
Okay.
Random hypergraph. I think I wrote this, and this is fine. Now, as soon as hypergraph plot, oh God, this uses the hypergraph wrapper.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Okay, Well, that's another thing we need to figure out. That's another thing for the list. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably not ready. Okay, this is ready to roll.
Okay.
The only thing is that should reference something in the NKS book. I think this is mine, isn't it? Maybe not. Don't know where it comes from, actually.
I think it came from one of your 2004 or 1995 notebooks.
I see. Okay. Okay. Let me just find the page in the NKS book that has this. Honestly, I could just if I had a long enough overlap-free string, I could probably just search for it. See if that works. That's really funny. I'm pretty sure I have it here. Well, here it is. That was really funny. Just searching for the string gave it.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Six. Wonder how long it takes to run. It's kind of cool. Okay, that one is ready to submit.
Okay.
I mean, arguably, we could cache some results. Yeah, why not cache some results here? I don't know up to what point it's worth caching. Okay, well, I don't know. This doesn't take long to run. Okay, although let's put in that in the author notes. It may make sense. Okay, so non-deterministic Turing machine and non-deterministic accelerated automaton aren't ready.
Correct.
String tuples is ready and can be submitted.
Okay.
I suppose I can take credit for this rather unexciting function. There, I can have a one-line function. Okay. Find possible overlaps of AABB with itself. I think the place to start. There are two ways to form a string to combine these strings. Let's see, if we just do AB, BC, these two strings can only overlap in one way. And actually, if I were to say X here, right, these two strings cannot overlap. Okay, now this string cannot overlap with itself. This string can overlap with itself in multiple ways. Oh God, I don't understand that. I do not understand that. Jonathan or Max is going to have to explain to me what that just did. Do all strings form overlapping strings? Oh my gosh, it could probably go either way round. What the heck does all do? By the way, we're supposed to add generalizations and extensions to the function repository. We should just check that that's happening.
Okay.
Oh, great. So they all think somebody should sanity check this one.
Okay.
But I think it's basically ready to go. Somebody like Danny can look at it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. String overlaps Q, I bet is the same thing. Okay, it's okay. It's more or less ready to go.
Okay.
How's Jan, the new Jan, doing so far?
He just started today and he was doing his orientation stuff today.
Okay.
I have a meeting tomorrow morning to.
Okay. Because this is one that he could probably whip out quite quickly as substitution system plot. I don't think I did that. Now, one thing we got to figure out is which NKS book code have I already processed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
One-dimensional neighbor independence. Okay, so this is one case, but there are a bunch of other, just so you know. You know, it's amazing how often I use this online NKS book. That was a huge win getting that built nicely. Okay, this here. Okay, so there are multiple pages. They're different visualizations. That's one. That's one. That's one there. Okay. But the one I've got now is yet a new one. That's something different. Okay.
Yep.
And so we should check because I may already have taken. I mean, the code was messy for these other ones, but I may already have taken it. But what you should do is show Jan this code.
Yeah.
And tell him that we need these other ones in the same kind of way.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Graph neighborhood volumes we also definitely want. By the way, find canonical hypergraph I just wrote. Okay.
Okay.
So that's also one that we want. And interactive list selector, we might as well have. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I've already got documentation. We can just put this in.
Yep.
Okay. We might want to have a method option here that says whether it's using sequential.
Okay.
Well, I don't
Is
know.
that for Max?
Yes, but let's not worry about it. Okay.
Okay.
What we should do is show some examples where we just show the graphs in there.
Mm-hmm.
And show it for directed graphs as well. Okay, Max can figure out some other reasonable examples here.
Okay.
I think we should have a circular graph. Okay, we want an example. That's one. Just I plus 1. I'm trying to make a 2D grid. I goes to I plus 1. No, I see what I have to do. Oh, that was easy. I should go quadratically. Is it growing quadratically? Let's try a larger one. Oops, it doesn't do that for. What happens if I say mean of that? Ay, 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 ay. You know what? We should have a maximum radius in here.
Okay.
And we
As in-
also should have, okay, so we should have, oh. Okay, so look, here are some things that should work. Let me write them down. Finds counts from all vertices out to maximum radius R. Finds counts only out to the minimum radius for any of the vertices VI. The whole point of that is to make something which is rectangular. You know what I'm saying? So you can compute mean and things.
Yep. Yep.
So you say all automatic and you'll get the minimum maximum. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so Max should fix a couple of those things, but then that should be ready to go. All right, I think we should both go, but so most of these are really ready.
Yes.
And I'd like to have that graph volume thing because then we're going to quote it as part of the, so in the template notebook, we're going to add some other properties, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we'll do tomorrow. Okay, all right, talk to you later.
Okay. See ya.
Okay, see you, bye-bye.